Twisted Metal, the car combat game from 1995, has not seen a new game since 2012. Growing up, I have a lot of fond memories of playing these games with friends, spending hours trying to make it through their tournament modes, or just messing around on Twisted Metal 4's extra maps. A few months ago, I heard they were making a Twisted Metal TV series, and I wanted to jump back into the Twisted Metal games, so I found my old PS1, threw in Twisted Metal 4, and realized it's 2023, and no TVs or monitors have the correct wires anymore. So, after a bit of digging online, I resorted to raising the black flag and setting sail on a great journey through memory lane playing Twisted Metal 4. To my surprise, the game aged surprisingly well. They're not perfect, but on the PS1, what was? The controls and cars behaved the same as I remember, and the stages all felt the same as I remembered, all the way down to Minion's Maze, which I'm still able to navigate without too much trouble. After about an hour playing and getting all the way to the carnival while only losing one life to Minion, I was faced with the final boss of Twisted Metal 4. An overly unfair fight against the single best iteration of Sweet Tooth car and the most broken special in the entire series. Needless to say, as I did not remember the shield inputs, the remaining 2 lives I had were quickly taken and I had failed to finish Twisted Metal 4. And not letting me down too much, as I had finished the game countless times growing up, though with the use of cheats, I wanted to try something new. I remember my friend growing up having the fancy new, released in 2001, M-rated Twisted Metal Black. This was a big deal for us growing up, as we weren't allowed to play M-rated games. The game we never finished, as most of our lives were normally gone by the second stage because we were extremely good at doing anything but playing the game. So I dug around and was able to get the copy of Twisted Metal Black off the friend, threw it in my PS2, then realized my controllers don't work. And modern TVs no longer have the connections that the PS2 needed to be able to plug in. So I hopped back on the boat, raised the black flag again, and set sail on my first real playthrough of Twisted Metal Black, selecting Sweet Tooth naively, thinking he'll be just as good as he was in the last game. Spoiler, he's not. While his first playthrough was less than perfect, but making it through the entire game with plenty of resets, 8 on Minion, and a long drawn-out 20-minute fight with Warhawk, to finally becoming the champion of the tournament, getting Sweet Tooth's ending. Now, if you're used to playing modern games, at this point you go, sweet, the game was awesome, it's pretty much solved, I'll wash my hands with it and go play anything else. There's just something about these old games that when you finish them, you're left wanting more. So I did the only logical option and selected Darkside and went at it again. Nothing spectacular happened on this run, except falling off skyscrapers a bunch from using Darkside specials straight off the edge, but I was streaming at the time. While streaming, I met someone who would mold my next 3 months of gaming to try and give them some competition. This person was none other than the Dollmask, the current unrivaled Twisted Metal Black world record owner. Through the playthrough, they had given me a bunch of useful advice and stuff like how to use a shield, how to not suck fighting Minion. The playthrough finished in almost half the time of the Sweet Tooth run. We continued talking the rest of the stream, them giving me tips and me trying to apply the knowledge the best I could overall. Having a great time with the night ending, them convincing me to try a speed run of the entire game. So the next day I turned on stream, life split in hand, and tried my best to run the game. Starting it off, I selected Sweet Tooth as my vehicle of choice, as his special felt pretty good. I managed to get a sub 1 hour, which felt really good, and jumping over to speedrun.com to see where that would land me, it was comfortably in last place. Not satisfied with that, I went to restart when Dollmask told me to try running with Spectre, as at the time they held the record with Spectre. Not really questioning the world record owner, and a few runs later I got a 48:04 total time, putting me in 11th place, one away from last. Satisfied with that, I decided to call it a night there. The next few days were just trying to consume what little information I could find on Twisted Metal Black, to try to learn the game better to improve that time. Luckily, the Dollmask coming in again with all the info, teaching me how to make minions fight trivial by stacking power missiles and parking in front of him, causing his AI to bug out and not know what to do, in turn making him really easy, and Warhawk parking in the center of the arena where he can't hit you with half of his weapons. With the new info, I was able to get a 40-12, just missing the sub 40 minute barrier. This new time moved me into 8th place. Excited with that, I just called it a night. Not satisfied with not breaking the 40-minute barrier, I got on a few nights later to practice offline and ended up getting a 35:05. That being it was night, it was getting really late, so I left it at that, and was happily moving into 7th place. After getting some sleep and not playing for a few days, I got back on stream and started running again. With the early stages going normal, resetting on Junkyard, hating Axel for doing Axel things, and getting to Minion where I have developed a new strategy, with coaching, of going slower on Minion, but carrying more weapons into prison, making that map go much faster. The rest of the run just getting really good speed on the back half, ending with a 31:07.
And we got a new PB! Let's go! 4-minute improvement!
Moving into 6th place. Now in the upper half of players. At this point, I need to take a break from speedrunning Twisted Metal Black, as I have, at this point, clocked 30 hours in-game. So the next day I went and speedran Twisted Metal 4, as it was a much easier run, exploiting a glitch to make the game super fast, but still fun. After the first day of runs, I found myself in 7th place, having a sub 18-minute run. A few more days passed when I went back to the Twisted Metal 4 twice in that time. The first time getting a 16:29-minute run, moving into 6th place, and once again, with better luck, getting a 15:14, moving into 5th, where I currently sit on that game. Now having taken a 2-week break from Twisted Metal Black, I got back into it, practiced getting back to where I was, and fairly quickly got there, getting consistently a 32-ish minute run until I managed to finally break the 31-minute barrier at 30:55, moving me up into 5th place, tying my rank for Twisted Metal 4. A bit more time passed, and a bunch of friends and I were having a lot of fun playing Twisted Metal Black online, so no progress really happened on the speedrunning side, except for I had been using Crazy 8 online and started to really like him. So one night I thought, what if I tried to use him in a run? That night went flying through the game, getting 3 new stage personal bests and cutting off 5 minutes with a total of 25:31.
Just 25:31. Yeah.
What?
Oh my! I'm happy. Yes. I am ecstatic about that.
Super excited about this run. I quickly closed the game to upload it, as this will move me up into 3rd place, putting me in a great spot to retire. But in my haste to upload, I forgot one important detail to this game's runs. I forgot to show the difficulty I was playing on. So sadly, it was not recognized as an official run. I went to bed sad about it, but knew I did it once, I can do it again. The next night, still mad over my stupidity, I got back on and was determined not to sleep until I beat 3rd place's 27:24 run. A few hours and a ton of resets later, I finally had it, 26:27. Almost a full minute from my personal best, but 3rd place was finally mine. As it currently stands, I'm still holding 3rd place in both easy and normal difficulties, as I have slowed down the runs, mostly just playing online now with friends, but still looking to return for that sweet, sweet world record spot. If you stuck around, I just want to do like a quick little thank you. I want to thank the Doll Mask for getting me into all this and being patient and training me to teach me how to speedrun this game. And I want to thank you, the viewer, for sticking around. And please consider subscribing and join the Discord. I'm always looking for new people to hang out with. But till next time, have fun.